What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Caleb Try, the CEO of Di2S. Today we're going to check out some live music, one of my favorite things on the absolute planet. Let's go. Earlier this year, Bring Me the Horizon dropped their newest track, Die4u. It was so freaking good. I love what these guys are doing. I love how far they've come. Really proud of these guys. It's just awesome to see their development and evolution over the last decade and plus 2 decades. It's just awesome to see what these guys have been up to. And one edge that I think metalcore and metal bands have is their live performances. Sometimes metal music's just not that great, and you really got to sell it by having a killer live performance. And I'm not saying that Bring Me the Horizon was ever bad, but I'm guessing that over the last however long they've been doing music, pretty long time, they've developed some pretty good skills live. So I'm actually really excited to see this. So this is the Die4u in the live lounge. I'm guessing it's gonna sound absolutely awesome. But anyways, let's just hit this in 3, 2, 1, go.
BBC Radio 1.
You know that I'd die for, I'd cry for, you know that I'd die for you. You know that I breathe for, you know that I breathe for you.
I love that they have the lyrics because honestly, I knew what he said. Like, I'm pretty sure I knew what he said, but sometimes the accent comes in so hot, I'm like, what did he say? But anyways, no, sounds great, obviously. And I love that this is a live kind of like studio performance. Actually, I don't know if this is a concert or a studio performance. Yeah, the live lounge, it looks like, kind of more of a studio performance.
No, it's painful. I'm prepared to lose. You know that I'd die for, I'd cry for, you know that I'd die for you. Keep holding my breath for a miracle, hoping the hole in my heart would have healed somehow. Got me so goddamn close to the edge right now. You know you're everything I hate. Wish I could escape, but you know I would die for you. You know that I'd die for, I'd cry for, you know that I'd die for you. You know that I breathe for, you know that I breathe for you. Let me see my halo, no it's fair.
So it is kind of more of like a strip performance. I wish it was like definitely the full song, but it sounds really good, like usual. Here's one thing that I just thought of is kind of like when I was getting introduced to the scene, I mean, the bands that I really looked up to were like A Day to Remember, Of Mice and Men, We Came as Romans, and I think that these guys are really good at keeping like the scene alive. They're good at just bringing in the next wave of the scene and kind of like the scene kids and the alternative kids. And I think that's very important. I think that, I looked up to Ollie in the same way that a new 14, 15-year-old could look up to Ollie in their music. So I just think it's really cool. There's not really any other bands like that keeping the scene alive. And dude, to me, that's important to me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's actually important, but I think it's important.
You know that I die for, I cry for, you know that I die for you. Died inside 1,000 times, but still I'd walk the line for you. Cause the truth of it, you could bust my lip and I'd write your name in a heart with a hemorrhage. Got me so goddamn close to the edge right now. You are the thing I need to kick. You make me feel so sick, and I don't wanna die for you. You know that I'd die for, I'd cry for, you know that I'd die for you. You know that I breathe for, you know that I breathe for.
There's just something weird about the like studio performances like this. I mean, they sound good, but for some reason they don't sound as good as for when like the whole band is just going absolutely bonkers in front of like thousands of people. It's like something happens when you just don't play for anybody. I mean, some of these sound really good, and I've seen some of their other stuff, some of their other studio performances. They all sound really good, but I think they actually sound better when they're full on performing, which is interesting, because Ollie's like jumping around, running around, like losing his breath, which is traditionally like harder to sing that way, but I think he does a lot better for some reason. And I mean, he sounds great right here. This isn't bad by any means, but I do think that he sounds better when he's like, when the whole band is playing. They sound really good. I mean, there's no mistake about that.
This is a car crash, this isn't love. This is a bloodbath, this isn't love. This is a sentence, this is
The backup vocals are pretty good too, from the piano man.
Love, this is a car crash, this isn't love, this is a bloodbath, this isn't love, this is a sentence, this is where our story ends. You know that I die for, I cry for, you know that I die for you.
And kind of like I've said earlier, I don't know like the I guess I don't know what their stage setup is. I haven't seen them live or anything, like in front of people or whatever. But man, I've always felt bad for the dudes who actually play like piano and synth. It's always so hard for them to look epic. And I love the evolution of that because, it looks like this dude's got a pretty cool setup and he gets to do backup vocals. It's always nice when they can do backup vocals, but it's always so hard for them to go hard like on stage and just look like they're just in control of their instrument, which is so sad. But, they're such a crucial part of the band and of the live performance. He sounds great. His backup vocals sound great, but I always felt bad for the dude behind the keys, not able to just go absolutely ham.
I breathe for you, know that I breathe for you. Let me see my halo, you know it's painful. You know that I die for, I cry for, you know that I die for you.
Alright, you guys, it was really good. There was nothing bad about that. It was very nice to hear kind of a stripped version of that song. It's always nice because they're just so talented to be able to play the song that they wrote and then, play this kind of stripped down acoustic-ish version and still have it sound that good. So Bring Me the Horizon, obviously incredibly talented, incredibly, everything. They've come such a long way. I thought it sounded great. I wish I was more of like a live performance in front of actually people, but I should have read the whole like live lounge thing. Live lounge is notorious for just playing like kind of these acoustic studio performances, but guys, that sounded so good, man. I actually really like this song. Let me know what you guys thought of this song. Let me know what's next. We'll catch you on the next video.